thought I just ran into an alliance. I did. Uh-oh. That was a stupid thing to do. Oh, this is another cool thing they added, the recap thing. Now you can see how you died. I died by being an idiot. So there's that. Let me get back to my body. Alright. Well, that was really stupid. But, hey, I wasn't paying attention. I do that a lot. I'll run into villages and not realize that that's like an alliance hub or a horde hub or whatever faction I'm playing. But, anyway, whatever I was saying. There's definitely stuff to do. I just feel like most of us, including myself at times, don't really feel compelled to do a lot of it. Like, I log in, like, a lot of times I log in, I check my garrison missions, do those, work orders, and that's about it. There's not much else. Like, I don't do much else. I don't want to do Apexis dailies. I don't need to run heroics. I feel like they botched heroics in this expansion hardcore. Like, I feel like there's no reason to run those things. There's the follower missions, or not the follower missions, the end that gives you some quests. There's these new quests that you might get from a garrison daily, and that's it. There's nothing else. And I really hate that. I hate that there wasn't at least a brief moment in time where I ran heroics. I feel like heroics are fun, especially if you have friends to run them with. And I feel like, just like, you know, with the Ashran situation, I feel like they completely botched those. Really, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of stuff they kind of botched this expansion. Ashran is a colossal mess. It's even worse now. I can't really remember everything they changed, but it's not any better, for sure, and that's unfortunate. But also, just, you know, the dailies, you know, the Apex dailies, kind of neat, whatever. But the dungeons, there's nothing. So basically, there's just garrisons and raiding, and leveling alts, and really, I mean, people that say, "Oh, you have all the old content to do." Sure, I mean, I'm doing old content right now for leveling and hopefully entertaining an awesome audience. But you know, that doesn't count. I mean, that doesn't really count as like, oh, look at all the new content you can do. No, that, you know, when people talk about like, oh, there's nothing to do, they're referring to there's nothing new and current for which I paid for the expansion. Ooh, rare. Let's kill him. There's nothing new, and, you know, for me to do for the however much I paid for, you know, this expansion. By the way, we leveled up and we have something to get, which we're going to grab. I believe I want to get, let's see, no, we're gonna do this one so we can do more wild strikes. That's cool. Some people like the execute one, but execute kind of got a bit of a nerf, so I don't feel like that's as good right now. I don't know, but you know, people care about, you know, the expansion now, because it's the expansion that you paid for now. So that's kind of what people care about, and I understand that. You know, there's always old stuff that you can do. There's always things that you can do. It's just, you know, a lot of those things, you know, like you can't. Okay, some people might disagree with this. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. You know, there are always, I mean, especially in an MMO, there's lots to cover. There's lots of old content. There's pet battles. There's fishing dailies. Ugh, forgive me, but ugh. You know, and you know, all that kind of crap. But I mean, a lot of people pay for, you know, the basic MMO part. You know, not for pet. You know, people don't pay. They don't subscribe to WoW for pet battles. They certainly don't subscribe to WoW for fishing. I don't know very many people that would. They don't pay for a new expansion so that they can be told there's plenty to do in the game because of all the old content from previous expansions. That's a weird way to put it. And I think that, you know, of course there's plenty to do. There's definitely, you're definitely getting plenty for your $60. Or not $60, your $15 a month. But are you getting what you wanted from the 50 that you spent for Warlords. I personally have. Even if I stopped playing today and never played again, I feel like I got my $50 worth. I played the crap out of it, and it was good. I mean, the launch was rough, but the actual experience that I had, the leveling is fantastic. The story is great, for the most part. I think the whole Kargath, you know, the way Kargath went, it's kind of weird, but I'm definitely interested in this place. Again, I do feel like a lot of 6.1 is what I paid for 6.0. I mean, I play a Blood Elf. Ooh, another rare. Look at this. You know, Kephas is a Blood Elf. He's a Blood Elf Paladin. So, for the longest time, I'm the only old race that wasn't getting an update. And I was like, what? You know, that's really weird. You know, so, I mean, I don't know. It's just, like I said, it just depends on how you look at things. I personally love Blizzard, but at the same time, I'm not afraid to, as you guys know, I'm not afraid to speak up when I don't like something, like Ashran. And I do say that I think they definitely, if they want to, you know, keep the momentum going, because another big thing is to get a 3 million increase for this expansion. When we go from 7 million players to 10 million, it's a huge jump. And what it says to me is that there are a significant number of people that are still very, very interested in your game. If that interest doesn't last, which inevitably for a lot of people it won't, because, you know, WoW will always be a repetitive experience. If it's going to be one of those lasting things that you do every day, it's going to be repetitive. There's nothing they can do to change that. There's going to be, I mean, even if you try to, you know, vary it up with like random dailies or whatever, it's still going to get repetitive. You're still doing the same thing. There's nothing they can do about that. That's RPGs in a nutshell. Ever played Pokemon? Love Pokemon, but man, is it a grind fest. I mean, every RPG, especially the old beloved ones, Final Fantasy VII, all those old Final Fantasy, those friggin' grind fests, man. They're so repetitive. Great story, but repetitive gameplay. They always have been. WoW's no exception to that rule. I mean, compared to a lot of those games, it's the least repetitive. At least there's more variety of things to do. So, but I mean, it's also one of those things that you've been playing it for 10 years. Of course, it's going to get repetitive. But I do think that, you know, to some extent, you know, you might want to try to, you know, get, you know, more, like, I don't know how to put it. Not that every patch, like I said, not that some patches can't have a fluff, but you know, you have more developers, or I don't know how it works. I don't know. I'm not a developer, so it's really not so much for me to say what they should or shouldn't do, you know, from a developer standpoint. But I do feel like if you're going to have, you know, if you're going to have more people assigned to things, then, you know, don't rush anything, but try your best to get more out there quicker, I guess. You know, keep the content rolling, because, you know, to some degree, people are going to go through the content quickly, but people need things to do. And if, you know, you got to think about, you know, I guess the long term. You know, will this last long term? Garrisons are cool. Are they good for this game? I don't think so. And I don't think that we'll see a garrison in the next expansion. And I think that if we did, it would be a crazy thing, because they definitely separate us from each other. And for an MMO, I don't know that that's a good thing. I don't like them trying to, you know, get us to, you know, be in the same, you know, in other people's garrisons all the time. I think it's not a good way to do it at all. You know, so what the heck? Move. There we go. This is a fun little puzzle to do. I love it. Move him over. Gotta concentrate a little bit. The trick to this is that you can actually move guys around. Like, you can move them diagonally. Move! 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 Okay, you move, I guess. Whatever. Can you not move? Move! What the heck? Did I break it? Is the game being stupid right now? Look, he's not moving. Move back. You move. There we go, for some reason. Oh, I was clicking on the slab. I'm so stupid. Jeez. Jeez, man. Jeez. Move. Oh, again, I gotta pay attention. This is fun. I love these little Indiana Jones style puzzle things they've got going on here. It's kind of cool. I'm probably not being the most efficient. Like, oh my god, this guy sucks at puzzles. Oh, I'm telling mom. Oh, okay, I'm done with that. Uh-oh, I messed it up. I screwed up, guys. I screwed up. I suck. It's alright. It's easy fix. Look, boom, 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 boom. There. Gosh, I did it. Well, that was a thing. Alright, turn that in. So yeah, like I said, I guess I kind of have mixed thoughts about this expansion as a whole. It's one of my favorites, and at the same time, there are a lot of things that I'm like, man, Blizz, like, I guess I expect a lot more from Blizzard than I do other people, because like they've been doing this for 10 years, same game, you know. I feel like a lot of times the way they think about like their choices designing certain things, I'm like, what? You know, like the whole, you know, visiting other people's garrisons. I don't know what, like, I get the thought, but I mean, do you play your game? Sometimes I'm like, do you play this game? I mean, do you know what garrisons even are? Like, do you know how they work? Like, what makes you think I want to visit somebody else's garrison? I don't understand. I'd love to know what you guys think about that, just out of curiosity, because, man, I just don't understand that at all. Like, I don't understand the mentality. Okay, I guess it doesn't go there. Guess he goes there. This is another one of those fun little puzzle things. What do you think? I mean, how do you feel about that? How are you enjoying the patch? How are you enjoying garrisons? Another thing, I have such a different experience than a lot of people because I am part of such a huge guild, AIE, and you know, that does kind of shape my experience. I loved Wrath. Like, I really, you know, a lot of people say nostalgia glasses, but Wrath was probably my favorite expansion ever. Still, I enjoyed it then when it was happening. I wasn't complaining. I'm really not complaining now, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say I am, but I loved that expansion. I loved everything about it. I loved the dungeon crawling. I loved having badges. I was fine with that. Because you know, I like the idea of, you know, like when in LFR you don't get a badge. I mean, you don't get badges if the thing doesn't drop. Too bad. You know, I like the idea of always feeling like you were progressing. So if you weren't getting drops, you were getting badges, and those kind of, you know, I felt fine. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get it now, but I'll get it eventually because I'm progressing. You know, it sucks to, I mean, I was raiding on my warrior in LFR earlier, and I kept getting gold, and I just left. I mean, you do it so, you know, you've been doing it enough, eventually it just gets old. I'm not gonna go through all this effort to kill things and endure LFR to get nothing but gold. And I get it, RNG, but man, you know, it's not like in Diablo where you can just run another Greater Rift. It's not that tedious. In WoW, it's like, man, I don't want to do, you know, I don't want to wait another week with the same old gear that needs upgraded. Like, I just, ugh, that's not my favorite, you know. So I don't know, it just sometimes I miss the old way of like feeling like at least if I go, I'm progressing something, you know, which LFR isn't really for progression, you know, and really my main character is pretty well geared. But definitely, you know, that's another thing. Alts, you know, having alts this expansion is rough, man, because there isn't a lot. Is that an alliance? No, I'm just gonna kill this person because they're chasing me because it's fun. There isn't a lot of love for alts, you know, managing multiple garrisons, which you don't have to do still, though. You know, trying to be self-sustained with oh, is that downstairs? Is that downstairs? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Hang on. No, wait. Is it? What is going on? Is it up here? I'm confused. Hang on. Let me figure out where this is and I'll be back. Yeah, it was downstairs. Man, I suck. I was right here too. I like walked right past it. Ugh. I suck. Ew. Alright, let's get that. Now we go back upstairs. Okay, so anyways, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I've been rambling this whole time about all my thoughts. Not collecting my thoughts like I do a lot of times, but just rambling about it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me level up and ramble on about the expansion. I mean, just everything. Holy crap. So yeah, you know, I mean, as I was talking about alts, you know, like now that you have the jukebox, like, what the heck, man? If you have a jukebox on one character, you still have to go get the jukebox on other characters and collect all the things, all the song rolls on every character. That's insane to me. Like, what the heck? You know, so that's not very alt friendly for sure. Whether that's good or bad will be from person to person, but you know, there it is. So this is a good place to call it. We've gotten a lot done. We're level 47. We're still in Badlands. I'm sure we'll probably move on to the next area after this. But I'm glad to be doing this again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Listen to me ramble. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything above. Also, if you've been listening to the music, it'd be fun if you recognize what the song is. It might have shown it on the bottom right. I don't know. But yeah. Thanks, guys. I love doing this stuff. Man, send me messages. Let me know what you want to see. I want to keep making more videos. I want to try to do better at getting more videos out. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. This is Kephas. Until next time.